Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to study about the sexual reproduction in Volvox. Volvox, you know that it is a type of algae. Sexual reproduction in Volvox. What is the Volvox? It is a type of algae. In the last lecture we have studied about the asexual reproduction in the Volvox, but now it is a time to discuss about the sexual reproduction in Volvox. So, for example, this is a colony of Volvox, and here are the cells which are present at the peripheral side of the colony, and some cells of this colony take part in sexual reproduction. These are the peripheral cells. So that's why showing flagella, peripheral cells of the Volvox colony. And out of these cells, some cell will undergo the sexual reproduction. But keep in mind, in the sexual colonies, asexual colonies are absent. Some cell out of these cells, they lose their flagella like this and increase the size. So basically this is a one cell I am showing here. So like this, more than one cells may be present in a single colony which undergo in the sexual reproduction. But I am showing here only single cell. So this cell withdraw its flagella. That means there is no flagella now because it is going to reproduce sexually. And this type of cell which is enlarged and lose their flagella and which is going toward the sexual reproduction, this cell is known as Gametangia. Gametangia. This cell is known as Gametangia. But keep in mind, this Gametangia may be a male or a female. For example, this is a Gametangia. It may be a male Gametangia, and it may be also a female Gametangia. If it is a female Gametangia, then the name of Gametangia will be Oogonium. Oogonium. And if this Gametangia is a male, then this is known as Antheridium. Antheridium. So in the beginning, or firstly we will try to discuss about the male Gametangia, and after the male Gametangia we will discuss about female Gametangia. Firstly we will try to discuss about the Antheridium and how these Antheridia are formed in the Gametangia. If we take this colony portion from this point up to here, then we can draw it like this. This is this portion from this point up to here. I am drawing. This is basically a Gametangia which is acting as a male Gametangia, and here are the cells, and these cells are known as vegetative cells, and vegetative cells don't lose their flagella, but only reproductive cells lose their flagella and become enlarged. So these are the vegetative cells. These are the vegetative cells of Volvox, like this from here up to here, but only this is a totally same cell which is undergoing to the sexual reproduction. Firstly, this cell increase its size. After the increase in size, it increase the number of pyrenids, which is basically pyrenids are used for the food storage. So it is the first step in the formation of antheridial cells. After this, they will undergo some changes. Same structure I will draw here. These are antheridial cells, like this one. These are vegetative cells like this, and this is reproductive cell. After the increase in pyrenids, these cells try to divide. When they will try to divide, the cells become 1, 2, 4. So it means after the division, number of cell will increase, and after the increase, how much will increase? 8 cells produce, 8 cells then produce 16 cells, now 16 cells produce 32 cells. So similarly, repeated division will continue, and at the end 128 cells in this portion will be produced like this. But keep in mind, at this position there are no flagella in these divided cells, but when it will up to 128 cells, then they will start produce their flagella. So these are similar vegetative cells which I draw in these sections. These are the cells. But when they will up to 128 or 128 cells, they will produce their flagella. These are many more cells after the many divisions. Now they have flagella in each antheridia, and these cells are known as antherozoids. So these are available. These are vegetative cells. If we try to label this is known as Gametangia. These are also vegetative cells. This is also Gametangia, in which gametes or antherozoids are producing. So these are antherozoids which are successfully produced in male Gametangia. But question is that how they will reach to the female oogonium. So according to this question, there are two possible conditions of the reaching of these antherozoids to a female oogonium. Number one condition or a case is when number of cells is 128 or less. First condition is number of cells. Here cells mean antherozoids are 128 or less than 128. What will happen when the number of cells will less than 128? For example, in the first case, when the number is less than 128, then the cells combined or collectively form a mass of cells. Then this mass of cell will swim. Mass of cell will swim towards female Gametangia. Female Gametangia. When it will reach to the female Gametangia, then they will separate from each other. Separate from each other. Like this. For example, these are the antherozoids. I am trying to draw. Here these are the many more or less than 128 antherozoids. They are collectively combined each other and they are forming a mass of cell. These mass of cell will swim to reach, for example, this one is a female Gametangia. Female, then they will swim from here to up to here. When they will come close to this female Gametangia, then they will separate from each other for the process of fertilization. So it was the first case. Now we are going towards the second case, when the number of cells or antherozoid is more than 28. Number of cells or antherozoids is more than 128. What will happen when the number of antherozoid is more than 128? So it is a second case. The first case was the number of cell was less than 128, but in this case the number of cell is increased and become more than 128 or 128. In this condition, cells arrange in such a way that a hollow sphere is formed, but in this case cell's mass is formed, but in this case hollow sphere of cells is produced. Hollow sphere of cells is formed, and hollow sphere will swim and reach towards hollow sphere, swim and reach towards oogonium, and then separated, like this. But only the difference is that in this case there is a ball of cells, but in this case there is a hollow sphere of cells, like this. This is a hollow sphere of cells, it will swim towards the oogonium. This is the process of swimming. But when they will reach here, similarly, like in this case, they will separate from each other and try to fertilize the female part, which is known as oogonium. So this was all about the male Gametangia and Antheridium. But in the next lecture, we will study about the female oogonium, which is known as oogonium. How the reproduction or a fertilization take place also will be discussed in the next lecture.